Hold on, and I'll help you.
I got it.
I'll click right
Maybe
here.
you
I can see in front of everybody.
see, you can see all.
Oh, they want to see this. They don't need to see me talking it through.
Whoop, hold on, Stephanie from Plantspiration,
You guys ready?
the regular clicker button.
Am I okay right here?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Let's
Go for it.
'cause They just want to see this. Are the lights okay? You want the lights?
Wait, this light off, yeah.
How are you guys doing? Thank you so much.
How many people does it take to do a Zoom meeting? Okay, okay.
How's everybody doing? We ready?
Yes.
Yeah. In case you haven't heard already, I'm Stefanie John. I'm the founder of Plantspiration. I'm a lifestyle medicine coach with American College of Lifestyle Medicine and a food for life instructor with the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. John and I, my husband, we founded the nonprofit Plantspiration after it impacted our life so much. I thought, I gotta go and tell people what happened. So before we get going here, let me show you what, anybody familiar with this stuff here? Yeah, look at kale, more calcium and iron than beef, loaded with magnesium, potassium. I had no idea kale could actually be one of the most nutrient dense foods on the planet. Actually, kale is most sold. Pizza Hut was the biggest purchaser of kale. Did you guys know that?
For their salad bar.
For their salad bar.
Just for decoration. huh?
Just for
Oh,
decoration. I did not.
Thank you.
I did not know you could even eat kale. I'm not kidding you.
If you want me to press it while you're up there.
You think, I think I'm okay. This was me before.
I was gonna ask you about that. My
Yeah.
wife and I find ourselves eating the garnish more than anything else.
I didn't even know you could eat vegetables without butter.
Wow.
Honestly. Yeah, honestly. So this was me before, and this wasn't my worst.
How long ago was that?
This was somewhere in, I only know my time frame by my weight, actually. So this was in the year 2000, 2003.
Wow.
This was not my heaviest. My heaviest was 280 pounds.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'2" on a good day. I
I
went from crippled to cranking. I was facing double knee replacements. I had diverticulitis, pancreatitis. I suffered from migraines my entire life. IBS, high cholesterol just came with the standard American diet. Gastrointestinal disorders, fibrocystic breast disease. Of course, I was depressed. I did not feel very good. Chronic illness every week. I spent going to the doctor's office every week. My life, my calendar was this appointment, this specialist, autoimmune disease, advanced osteoarthritis, and acid reflux is what kind of catapulted this into what's going to happen next. So John and I were pretty here, you know. How many of you guys are familiar with this stuff?
Was your husband having health problems also?
Oh yeah, I'll get to that. It just started. It just started.
Snoring.
Oh yeah. So how many of you guys have been familiar with these diets, or as called quick fixes? I tried everything. I may have lost a couple pounds because it works to lose some weight, but it never reversed disease, and it was never sustainable. You know, I'd lose a couple pounds, gain 20 back, lose a couple pounds, gain 30 back. Some people called me a professional dieter. I hated that.
I know someone who said she was a yo-yo dieter.
That is an excellent way to put it. A yo-yo dieter. Here's me yo-yoing right here, yo-yoing right back up. It never ended. I don't have many pictures of me before because I didn't want to see them. I just didn't. My whole life was not what year it was what size I was, what I weighed. And then one day my daughter over here on the left, Hallie, she came home and she said in 2012, are you Brittany? Okay. 2012, my daughter Hallie came home and she said, Mom, I want to go vegan. And I said, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. You're going to die of protein deficiency. Where are you going to get your calcium?
How old was she?
She was 15 at the time. And we went to Missouri up to the top of the arch.
Yeah.
And I remember I thought, I'm never going to be able to do this again. I just finished double meniscus repairs a month prior and I could barely walk. And I said,
You walked up?
Well, we took the elevator, you know, that little barrel, you know, that I didn't want to get in.
Oh, right.
So she said, I want to go vegan. And I thought, this is just ridiculous. So I went to the internet and I was like, how long could you live without meats? I was determined to come back and say, you can't do this. I'm not gonna allow it. You're gonna be sick. But I found something else out.
Yeah.
Not only could we live without meat, I found out we could thrive without it. But I wasn't ready. I was deep into Weight Watchers, and here I was with what I thought was a proud moment. I feel like I went back to y'all. I thought this was a proud moment. We had just finished a 30-day Weight Watchers challenge with our family, and we were looking good here. So we were posing for our after picture here, and I thought, this is it. This is as good as it gets. John was just rolling into his what would be our 9th surgery in 11 months. My son Zachary, he was battling depression because no kid in high school wants to go through this. But I thought this was, my family. We were all big. I thought this is just the way our life was going to be. And my daughters, they were runners up with chronic disease because, hereditary. I'm just kidding. It was actually the food I was bringing home. So I remember when I searched with that Kermit, I came across this movie, Forks Over Knives. I watched 5 minutes of it and I said, well, this is a bunch of bull. I'm not doing it, but I know my daughter's not going to die is what they're saying. So John, remember we were like, let's just get her the milk. If we keep complaining about it, she's going to keep doing it. So I kept buying her vegan food, which in 10 years ago, there was not Beyond Burger. There was not fake cheeses. It was really whole food plant-based, and I didn't even know what that was. So, oh, there we go. Oh, wrong button. Let's see if I click this. I don't know how this works.
You have to change it on the computer. But just not.
How did I do that? Let me go back to here. All right, let's see.
It might be the projector.
Well, we were close to rolling, but we're going to get all in. Let me see where it was here. The Forks Over Knives. So here was us before. Oh, get that up, Sally.
What happened?
Yeah.
I don't think the computer and the projector are talking anymore.
No, I think she just clicked on like the PowerPoint program or something.
Oh, for the love
I
of
think
kale.
they changed the program.
Come up here and fix it for me, please.
I don't know how-
These guys don't want to wait one more minute. Are you plant powered?
I know it.
Not yet.
Crap, making it worse and adding slides instead of.
Oh, that's okay.
Geez, oh, man.
You're not making it worse. We were right here.
Okay.
So.
Oh, yeah, younger. Oh, thank you.
That's how I
You don't
got.
want to admit smarter too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so then I stopped bringing Animal home after I watched that movie because I was sitting around with my family watching this movie thinking, so they're telling me everything I bring home that's animal related is actually causing these problems. I could not just lose weight, I could reverse disease. I got to see if this actually works because I'm dying, I'm fat, and I'm not feeling good. So I stopped bringing Animal home and my family lost 250 pounds on accident while we were eating our plants off. It really changed our life so much. That's why I drove out here because I wanted to tell more people this doesn't just work for me. It works for everybody that does it. I'm afraid to touch this. Let's just keep going over here.
You're okay.
These are the ones Sally added in. We were living a standard American diet life. We were eating the standard American diet and we were suffering from the standard American diseases. So was our family. So was our friends, our neighbors. We were all just, doing our thing. This was my son, Zachary, and I before. He's 18 right here. And life sucked for him. It really did. And I just kept saying, don't let the bullies bother you, keep on going, and come to Weight Watchers with me. Let's eat this low-fat cottage cheese. Let's do this stuff where we're counting calories. This kid had it. But when I gave him some plans, this changed everything.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just going to cry if I just don't keep.
Time.
How much time? We did this in about 10 months.
Wow.
Really quickly. So this was me working out before, and I'm not kidding you. I thought I was healthy, eating my lean chicken, my ground turkey, my low-fat cottage cheese, and I'm getting my cardio in. That's what I thought. But something happened nobody told me about. That if I just got some weights and a bike right here, 5-pound weights, I did this on accident. John walked by me one day. He said, did you see yourself? Well, I wasn't looking. I was just feeling so good. I just every day was like, oh my gosh, look at this. He said, you're jacked. I did that on accident. I'd never been this size. I never been this weight except for when I was born. And I never had seen this in my life. So I said, take a picture. I got to look at it a little longer. So after I saw that, you guys can imagine, why didn't anyone tell me? I go to the doctor. I'm thinking I'm hurting myself. I go, people think I'm sick. I'm losing weight. I have all this energy. Maybe I'm overdosing on vitamins. I really did. I went in like, I think something's wrong with me. People are telling me I look sick because I'm my healthy weight. That really started freaking me out. So I went in the doctor's office and he said, oh yeah, I've heard about this plant-based stuff. I said, well, do my labs. You know, you've been with me for 20 years. I got all these problems. My labs came back 100% perfect. No more autoimmune, no more high cholesterol. I got off my blood pressure pills before the doctor's office because I called him. I said, I'm falling asleep. Something's wrong. So if you think about doing this and you're taking medicine right now, let your doctor know. It's that serious. I get a lot of people that overdose on their meds because they're eating their plants away and they're reversing their disease. So I got a megaphone. I started Plantspiration and I started telling everybody I could. I built a little, well, now it's getting a bigger community of all these people from all over the world. I've gone global because I started telling everybody, hey, I want to show you how to do it too. And these are just some of the people represent. And here's just some of the diseases our Plantspiration members have reversed. How do they do it? Well, I teach, cooking classes on Wednesday, like Sally does. We've got the support group. I do, lots of stuff like that, but it's the plants that did it. We can lower cholesterol within 11 hours, but the consistency is how we really get this stuff turned around. So autoimmune, we see a lot of that going away, chronic pain, a lot of people saying they're not depressed, diverticulitis, everybody's got it, it seems like, but not my group, not the people Sally's teaching, high blood pressure, Hashimoto's, polycystic ovary disease. Sally, I got a girl pregnant. No, I didn't get her pregnant. I didn't do it, but the plants did. I didn't do it.
She was trying to get pregnant, but wasn't
Infertility,
able
PCOS.
to. She changed it.
She changed her diet, and I didn't do it. I just showed everybody how to do it. You know what I mean? We have
Plants aren't that magical,
they aren't,
but they, yeah.
Yeah.
You can't get it.
they did it. And if you're not in it for the health, even there's other things. This is what my family has done in 10 years. We calculated we've saved 18,262 animals, 317,000 pounds of CO2. 547, almost 8,000 square feet of forest, 821,000 pounds of grain, and 20 million or billion gallons of water or something like that. That's just our house.
That's good. That's brilliant.
Imagine what you guys could do. We got a planet on fire, people eating themselves to death, and animals going, we don't know because of our taste buds, so we really need to take them out. John, I love you.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you. And really, why continue to treat the symptoms with pills when we can treat the cause with plants is what this is all about. And I did it all with this stuff, lasagna, tacos. Hold on, let me show you. Sally, look at this. We got deviled eggs down there.
Oh, yeah, that's
Tons of pizzas.
Yeah.
I've cooked over 150 classes I've done, 450 recipes I've made, no oil. Low fat, high fiber is what that's all about. But in case you didn't notice, we are not missing any foods, flavors, or cuisines on a whole food plant-based lifestyle. That's me. And now I'm here to show you guys exactly how I get this done easy. Nobody, thank you.
Do you want me to turn off?
Oh,
the
yeah.
PowerPoint now?
What'd you guys think out there? Thanks so much for watching. This is weird. There's like two audiences.
I know.
When everybody wants to go plant-based, they do what? They get a book, they go online. I mean, I know I did. Then the recipes are like, where do I begin? Where am I going to get my protein? Oh my gosh, eat the rainbow. Rieger says nuts. These guys say starches. Where's the middle? Where do we even begin? It gets so overwhelming. Everybody usually just says, you know what, I'll deal with this later. John, thank you. This him, he did it. He lost about 50 pounds. Did somebody say he's skinny? Did you say that?
I didn't know, but he is.
That's weird to me.
I said skinny.
Yeah, I never even thought, I thought he was skinny before, really. I would feed him more because I thought if he's bigger, I'll look smaller. I really did. I really did. Now he's out there biking with me, and we never had bikes before. So I want to teach you guys the simplest, easiest way that I get people to do this. And I want you to keep asking me questions as we go along, because you've been here waiting long enough. And John's going to start serving the food, and you get to tell me how much you love it. So anybody familiar with oats?
Yes.
Cheap? Easy, one of the highest antioxidant grains that we've got on the planet. So with every bite, I just look at it this way. How many of you buckle up? How many of you wear your seatbelt?
Yeah.
You guys wear your seatbelts?
Yeah.
How many of you take it off halfway to your destination?
Not quite, but as I was turning into the parking lot.
Maybe then, right? So that's how I started looking at what I brought home from my grocery store. What we put on our plate is just as smart as keeping ourselves safe in the car. We're going to keep ourselves safe with what we put on our plate. Every bite, you're either feeding disease or you're fighting it. And that right there was enough for me to say, I got to change this. We should be dying of old age, not chronic disease. So I went to the grocery store, Walmart, Aldi, we got them, the same stores, oats, okay? We're gonna take a cup of oats. I haven't cooked oats in 10 years.
You soak them overnight.
I don't even soak them. I don't even have the patience. It's so
Yeah.
good. I just started eating it like this. But I did soak yours from this morning because I didn't want it to be too much. So oats are awesome. You can use oats for making burgers. You can make oats for breakfast. You can use this for dessert. I'm gonna add in, I think it's a half a tablespoon. You know, you've been doing it so long, you just start throwing the stuff. And how many of you guys are using chia seeds?
Yeah.
What in the kale are these things all of a sudden we're seeing everywhere, right? What are you guys doing with your chia seeds?
Smoothies.
Boom, boom.
Pancakes. I put them in the pancakes.
They make awesome pancakes. Why do we eat chia seeds? What's the big deal with them? There's some protein in them. They've got the omega-3s. And everybody's worried about the fish, right? We got to have fish to get those omegas. We got to have fish. Where are the fish getting those omegas? Well, they're not eating chia seeds, but they're getting it from the plants. But we're going to get it just like this. All right. So we don't need to worry. So if anybody's like, oh my gosh, your omegas, I've got it right here in my food. We're going to take a little bit of maple syrup or agave. I didn't want you guys eating stuff that tastes like dirt. You know, we got to make it taste good. So we're going to just add in maybe a tablespoon into this serving of 1 cup of oats, a little bit of chia seeds. And if you've got kids, they all like that cereal with the colors. Guess what makes colors? Plants. We've got a couple blueberries. All right. Blueberries, you guys know, everybody eats blueberries. Why? High in antioxidants. They're great for fighting disease. Why put a little bit of berries with a little bit of milk and cancel it out? Get the plant milk. Go all the way. All right. So we're just I love soy milk because, does anybody follow me? They know why I love soy milk? Well, first of all, it's great if you've got menopause. You can make it go away. Soy is one of the biggest cancer fighters we've got out there. But it's also one of the biggest rumors out there is that soy causes all kinds of problems, gynecomastia, man boobs, stuff like that. But if you go out on the beach and you go ask any of those bigger dudes, how much soy milk are you drinking? Guess what they're going to tell you? None. That stuff is coming from the animals, not from the soy. Japan was plant-based, eating their soy, eating their tofu, eating their rice, eating their vegetables. They had the lowest rate of chronic disease until the Western diet came in. McDonald's comes in. Now they're all sick. I don't want to see that, right? What do you guys think of this? We want to get this food out. So I'm just adding a cup of soy milk, plant milk, whatever milk you guys like. And that's how quick you actually have a breakfast. Now you could eat it right now like this, like I did this morning, but kids love the blue milk. This is so delicious. Who's eating it already? If you love it, raise your hand. 2 minutes. You just saw me in 2 minutes. Roll up in my car and throw some food together. How you guys doing out there? That's weird. You guys are watching here. I'm in Pennsylvania. I can't believe I'm here. Ireland.
All across the United
My
States.
maiden name is Murphy. Not my maiden, my family's name. Okay. My family's from Ireland originally. All right. So this is it. You can let it sit in your refrigerator overnight. You can eat it for breakfast. You could eat it for dessert. You can eat it all day long. This is how I stopped counting calories. I stopped counting points. I stopped measuring my food, well, except for my demos, but I stopped worrying about those kinds of things because there's so much fiber in this stuff. 97% of America is deficient in fiber. We all know it because look at the commercials out there. Laxatives, brown food. Laxatives, more brown food. You know, the coloring that we're supposed to be eating, they say eat the rainbow. It's because our eyes are naturally drawn to those colors. That's why the marketers are putting red on some of those commercials with those burgers and those chicken patties. Look at the food, it's brown. And then you got a laxative commercial. Sally, doesn't that kill you watching it?
Yes, it does.
It's
So that's
hard.
why I go all the way through. I don't watch commercials.
I watch it just so I get fired up to say, you guys, all you need is this. So everybody called me, or Joyce, right, Joyce? They ate the beans the other night. I did a talk in Latrobe, and they're all like, man, I didn't need my Metamucil. Everything starts working, you know, like Drano, except this tastes better. It's gonna make you feel really good, and that's all I want everybody to do. This doesn't just work for me, this works for everybody. And here's why I'm out here doing this, having these free events like Sally. I believe everybody has a right to know. Plants work for everybody, and everybody has a right to know. That's it. That was pretty good, right? Was it worth the wait? That's all I want to know.
I could eat that.
And easy. And I wish I was giving it to you guys so that you could try it. It's like a blueberry muffin. Did you try it, Sally? Have you ever had
Absolutely.
this kind?
Yes, I wanted to
Delicious.
show it to you.
You can make so many different ways. So the other night I added this with
I know. It's delicious.
carrot cake I made in Latrobe. So we just used the same ingredients, mixed the blueberries out with carrots shredded, some cinnamon and raisins, and you've got carrot cake. We personally eat this every day with just bananas, raisins, and cinnamon. We don't wait overnight. I call them right now oats.
I
All right.
buy oats 50-pound bags of it.
You buy
we
50-pound
we
bags?
buy 25. I don't want to lift 50.
People ask me all the time at the grocery store, because we go up here, horses everywhere. And Stephanie, do you have a horse? I said, no, I just eat like one. And I really do. I really do. I eat about 3 to 5 pounds of food a day, 2,000 to 3,000 calories. It's not just about the food, of course. I teach lifestyle medicine, you know, getting the exercise in, doing some stress management. But at first, none of that was even in it wasn't even in my peripheral view. It's when you started eating and feeling good that things start getting a little bit more mindful as I went along, right? More calm. Are you plant-based over here? Because you guys got the plant glow.
Thanks to Sally.
You got the plant glow, but right, it's true. Once you start eating better, things start turning a little bit different. Could be because we're not putting any more fat down our arteries. I don't just talk about the arteries here. Those little veins, those little arteries, they're clogging up everywhere when we're eating that animal fat. Even chicken with no skin, 45% saturated fat, cholesterol, but I thought it was good for me, right? They were lying. I had Purdue convincing me that I needed chicken. Yes, I love it.
Is it advantageous to let the chia seeds bloom for about 15 minutes once the liquid hits them?
You can, you don't have to do it ahead of time. What do you mean by that? Like wait to eat them until they get swelled up?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to, but it is better because you don't realize when they get in you, they really fill you up. Yeah.
Okay.
You can eat them right away, but take it easy on them. We don't need a lot. This one is done. We have more if people want.
You like whole chia versus ground chia?
I've not, we ground up chia to do some some
You can buy
pancakes
ground
or
chia
stuff.
versus whole. I always wonder what,
I think you absorb it better if it's ground.
You like
I
ground better?
recommend ground.
Yeah, flax for sure. I recommend ground or
Yeah.
buy it whole. And then when you grind it up, like the whole, everybody's into their coffee beans. Gotta get the right coffee beans, gotta ground it fresh. That's how I feel about my flax
Flax.
seeds, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just want you guys to eat plants. So whatever you eat, the chia seeds whole or anything. What'd you think of the, oh, it's pretty good? Are you an oat guy? You are now, right? Awesome. Every morning, night, whatever. Let's go on to the next recipe. This is one of my favorites. Sally, I made this in Chicago for 800 people. I didn't make it for 800 people, but I showed how to do it for them. And now I'm here to show you. Canned beans. Of course, you can buy lentils and beans and soak them and cook them that way. But my goal here is to show you we don't have to go through all those steps to get this one and done. So if it's okay to open up a can of beans, rinse them off, and throw them right into your bowl right here. We also have a cup of quinoa. Somewhere, John, I need quinoa. There it is. You guys, I don't know if you noticed, I'm a little discombobulated, but we're rolling. Usually at home, I throw these. We've got quinoa
You
here.
ever find quinoa bitter?
Wash it off. It has saponins on it, which is a naturally occurring, like bug repellent. Okay, the plants are amazing. It puts it onto the quinoa so that the bugs kind of don't get to it. But if you rinse it off a little bit, you can get rid of that bitter taste. I'm going to show you really how you get rid of it. John and I thought I needed a mic. They shut the door. I must be loud. We're going to add in a half a cup of quinoa, which comes out to about 2 cups cooked. I don't know. Don't worry, you won't mess it up. We'll make sure you get the recipes. We're going to mix it up a little bit. We're going to add in some lycopenes, or as you guys call them, tomatoes. I mean, this is some cancer fighting stuff right here. Guys who are eating tomatoes, you know, you're reducing your risk of prostate cancer by a lot, is all I'm going to say. You've got nothing to lose by doing this, except for weight, chronic disease. And you'll gain more time. You'll gain more life. Let's see. Usually I put these in little set up all nice, but this is all we're going to do. Some green onions. We've got about 2 to 4 green onions, or scallions as they call it. And let's see what else I've got. Oh, a dressing. How can we have a salad without a dressing? And how many of you find dressings with no oil? Impossible.
That's a challenge.
It is. And they cost so much money. And you know, the oil people are just making money. Even the vegetable oil people, when you're taking the nutrients out and the fiber out, what are you left with? 100% fat. Nuts, but Stephanie, I need oil for my joints. Are you the Tin Man? Are you the tin? We don't need oil for our joints. We need an anti-inflammatory lifestyle. So animal protein, eggs, meat, dairy, cheese, even oil is an inflammatory to your body. Oil is also a carcinogen, and it causes endothelial damage. Does anybody know what that is? I didn't either. I didn't even know that word until I started reading. When you eat these things, animals and processed foods, oils, this endothelial lining is the life jacket of your artery. And every time we eat something like that, it starts, you know, scraping it up a little bit. So how many of you guys have banged your shin on the coffee table?
Yeah.
Do you move it? No, we keep banging into it, right? But imagine if we did bang into it morning, noon, and night. It'd never heal. And that's kind of what goes on. And then how about when you scrape your arm? It is doing the same thing. It's a microscopic level in there. And then when we get those scrapes, then that saturated fat and that cholesterol gets in there. Then it starts building up that fat. And then boom, we have these heart attacks. Did you know that Dr. Asselson says heart attacks need not exist? What is that? Have you guys heard that? Heart attacks are a food-related disease. Sure, genetics tells me if your family had it, if you eat this way, you're going to get it. But genetics may load the gun, but food is what pulls the trigger. Dr. Asselson, one of our mentors, as you know, you can become heart attack proof in 3 weeks on a whole food, plant-based, low fat, high fiber, which this is all we're doing here. It used to be called plant-based, but then Burger King made plant-based burgers, and Taco Bell is saying plant-based. Even Purdue is saying, but our chickens are plant-based. What in the tarnation are they doing
I
over
heard
to
someone
us?
recently say that horses do not eat protein.
What? What do they think is in grass and all that soy? 80% of our land is being used just to feed these animals for them, you know, for us. Okay, so anyway.
Well, what's your dressing?
The dressing I'm getting to right here. You can put this in a measuring cup, but don't worry about it. I've got a half, actually I doubled this one. It's over here. We've got about a half a cup of orange juice. Let me get my quarter cup. I usually double it. It's so good. You're going to double it right away. So just quarter cup of orange juice. I fresh squeeze. You can even buy a container of it. That's fine. Quarter cup of this, and we're going to add a quarter cup of seasoned vinegar. Oh yeah. Oh, the salami. Hey Joyce, what are you doing here? How'd you meet us, Joyce, plant ladies?
Wow,
This
so
is
good.
how this is spread. As people find out about the plants, they're inspired about it, and now they want to be here showing other people this works too. Joyce, she's doing awesome. Maybe she'll tell you. Quarter cup of seasoned vinegar. I'm watching my lines inside. really easy. It is a rice vinegar,
Oh, yeah.
quarter cup of orange juice, quarter cup of rice vinegar, and we've got 2 teaspoons of white miso paste. Anybody see this miso stuff before?
Yeah.
Me so hungry when I eat it. It tastes so good. Also, it reduces your risk of cancers.
Miso.
What? Are we not putting this on our plate for every day?
But isn't it high sodium?
It could be high in sodium, but sing it, Sally.
But it is, as Gregor says, yeah, the soy in the fermented soy offsets
Yes.
It's in the ben-
Okay,
Soy sauce?
in the miso.
Yeah, but what about soy sauce?
that's a little different.
Yeah.
You gotta take it easy.
Okay.
But you don't need it with this kind of stuff. So we're gonna add in here 2 teaspoons of miso paste, which really gives it a kick. We're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of garlic or a clove of garlic. I mean, and again, cancer fighting, everybody's like, oh, garlic, cancer fighting. Why don't everybody be cancer fighting, right? How do you like it?
I could drink it.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
Absolutely.
Now you know I got my measurements mixed up. Quarter cup? No, just go the whole way. You're gonna
Yeah.
want to put it on your oats for the love of kale. So I'm gonna add in some garlic just like that. And I bought the jarred garlic. You can buy jarred, you can buy whatever's easiest is all I want y'all to do. Don't make it difficult, keep it easy. This is about the biggest recipe I ever teach. We've got some ginger, which you could shred it up yourself. You just peel it a little bit and shred it, or you could get it in the jar to make it easy. There we go. We're gonna add a little bit of black sesame seeds. Oh, look at this, a new container. We're gonna add those in there, a teaspoon, tablespoon. And John, I forgot the maple syrup, but that's okay. We don't need it. Isn't it good? What do you guys think?
Right.
my goodness.
Easy.
That whole bowl I want.
I want you to see how easy it is. I took quinoa, 12 tomatoes. You don't even need the syrup.
No.
All right, I'm not gonna do it. It's, I'm gonna go with you on that one.
Yeah.
That's how easy it is to make this delicious
That's
salad.
delicious, trust me.
Now, when you go to somebody's house, don't walk in and say, check out this vegan salad. Just bring it in. Not one person is gonna say a word other than, what's the recipe? That was awesome. I love these little lids. So this is it. Here we go. Right? Now, I don't know about you, but this is the only thing I want to eat, is things that make me feel better, things that help me live longer, things that help me fight chronic disease. I mean, I'm not inhuman. Of course I can get sick, just like we buckle up every day. We didn't get in an accident getting here, thank God, but it was smart to keep yourself safe. And that's all I want you guys to do, is just eat more fruits and vegetables, more beans, more greens, more blue. But Stefanie, my doctor said, don't eat fruit, it's high in sugar. Fire your doctor. It's not their fault, but that is just false information, misinformation that we're really trying to change the nutrition information that's getting out there. So Sally and I, we know the latest and greatest in the nutrition information out there. And that's why we're out here doing this. Did I say
Absolutely.
thank you enough?
Did I say thank you enough?
I can't
Okay.
even believe I'm here. That was 2.
We have a couple questions here
Yeah.
from the studio
Of
audience.
course, let's hear it.
Okay, and there might be, but someone said for the maple, if you put in maple syrup, how much would you put
The
in?
maple syrup is 1 tablespoon of maple syrup or agave.
Or agave? Okay, and you're gonna give me these 3 recipes and I can send it to them.
100%.
Oh, good.
Do you ever use dates?
I do use date syrup. I love it. It's excellent. I would say you could use that too, or not at all is even probably going to be good. I love quinoa because it's a complete protein. Everybody asks you, what about a complete protein? It's actually in quinoa, just for a quick example.
How much ginger did you put in?
1 teaspoon of ginger.
Okay, 1 teaspoon, you'll get, and for the oats recipe, how many servings for that oats recipe that you just made?
It was 2 servings, but you know, if you're active
Active,
or
yeah.
you're following a low fat, so the
For me,
key
it's 1.
to really keep this rolling is to keep it low fat. Low fat means keep your nuts out of your hands and use them only in the ingredients. It's a really great way to use it.
Oh, cool.
Smart.
It is, right? Because once you have 1 cashew is about 1 gram of fat, 1 cashew. And when I'm working with people, 20 to 30 grams of fat is really where we want to stay when we're in that reversing, maintaining, So when you think of one cashew, look at how many can quickly go in. And everybody goes plant-based, like, I got nuts. I don't know why I'm not losing weight, but I've got nuts. Because I'm teaching low fat. That's how we really just get to eat our plants off. And quite honestly, I would prefer this whole bowl over a couple nuts, which actually, let me see how many servings this is. So this is 2 servings and this is 2 servings and it's 8 grams of fat. So that's 4 grams of fat. So it's either 8 cashews or this whole thing.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
This is why I'm not gaining weight. Well, I'm eating my plants off is what I call it. I'm eating my plants off. Now, if you're already thin, all right, then we change things up a little bit. We can add a little bit more fats in. But just to give you an idea of what those fats do, does anybody know what 3 sweet potatoes are in grams of fat? 1.5 grams of fat for 3 sweet potatoes. Potatoes don't make you fat. It's what you're putting on them. And I didn't know. I ate just like everybody else, all right? I thought lean chicken. I cooked every day for my family. I made them their steamed veggies veggies. I didn't know you could make vegetables without butter, honestly. Did you guys know that? I didn't even know what half these things were. Quinoa? But man, it changes your life. What do you guys think of the quinoa salad? Is orange your guy? You like it?
Fantastic.
Well, I mean, you're here. You must have some questions. You must be thinking about this. So I want to know what you're thinking. Oh, and cilantro, but some folks don't really care for it, but there it is. Plants are so forgiving. I've messed up. You can rinse them off. You can start all over. I don't have to heat up an oven or, let stuff thaw out unless I freeze my chili, but this can be really easy. The simplest foods are the easiest foods. Cook up your brown rice. You can freeze some of it. Make your beans ahead of time. Blend your beans up into a bean dip. The easier you keep it and the simpler, rice and beans, pasta and steamed veggies. That's how people are sailing through this. Easy foods, things you love. How am I at, Sally? See what I mean? We're doing good.
You're doing fantastic.
How are you guys doing? Thank you everybody for being here. I just am so inspired by people who want to feel better. And if you go into this and you're like, oh, I can't stick to it, that's all right. Just the next day, keep eating more vegetables, keep eating more fruit. All right. This is the all-time best recipe. And how are those going back there, you guys? You guys are awesome. See what we're all out here doing, just trying to inspire more people to eat more plants. What are you guys thinking? Pretty good, right? Yeah. You ready for seconds? What was that? Did you say you're getting full from a cup of food? Do you know why?
Fiber.
The fiber. Anybody got the kids toy where you have that little pill and you put it in water and it blows up? That's fiber. When you get that fiber in, 40 grams a day is a baseline, okay? 40 grams. When you get that fiber in, it fills you up. It keeps you satiated. It removes excess hormones, estrogen from your body. It really does start leveling you out. It also burns more energy, 3 times more energy than the standard American diet. So when people were thinking I was on drugs and acting crazy, it was the fiber that was doing that to me. It was making me feel so good, giving me so much energy. Now we're going to talk about fibering up. You're barely going to be able to fit this wrap. This whole one wrap is 11 grams of fiber, okay? 11 grams of fiber. This can is 21 grams. That's 30 grams we're at right here. I said 40. So if you just keep eating, it just keeps working. All right. So we've taken the chickpeas back in the kitchen and I smashed it up into some hummus. You can clearly make your own and spend a little bit more time, but you can also get a store brand one. I found a really incredible brand out by me called Oasis. This is hard not to throw my stuff. I'm not in my kitchen. In my kitchen, I'm throwing everything. This is a brand with no oil, which I love because then I could just keep on eating it and not worrying about a darn thing. But if you can't find everything without oil, it's okay. Just a little bit of change at a time is a big change in the end. All right. Let me get back to my spoons. We're gonna just make a wrap in 2 seconds. Kate, like this goes so quick.
Somebody wants to see.
Oh, yeah, let me come over here to see too.
I'm just going to show you, yes.
Thank you, Sally. Thank you guys for
It's
watching us
called
out here.
Olay. It is
Plant-based
extreme wellness, high fiber,
wrap.
and it is
There we go.
nature to you.
Did you guys see that?
Keto friendly.
Oh, what did you say, Sally? Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
We don't care if it's keto friendly. They let them.
Unless you've got seizures,
There's no weed?
you shouldn't be doing keto. Nobody should be doing keto, actually. It increases your risk of mortality of all causes. Did anybody know that? Keto increases your risk of mortality by all causes. Heart disease, type 2 diabetes, kidney diseases. If you want those things, then do keto. You might be able to lose weight. Sure, you can lose weight doing keto. It works. It really does work. But so does doing cocaine. That does not make it healthy is my point. You know what I mean? I started looking at things a little differently, like, that's how it works. Yeah, see what I mean? I used to be a big smoker. I used to be a big drinker. Now I'm a big plant eater because
What are the
there's,
wraps made from?
what was that?
What are the wraps ingredients?
Oh, so far I've just got a wrap.
No, the wrap itself.
I'm not sure what these are. We've got this wrap here. I've covered the whole wrap in hummus. Now, if you've got kids, this is a recipe to start bringing in. And don't need to say they're vegan or plant-based, just start bringing in good food. Watch how easy this is, you guys. What is this? Beta carotene, all right? We all need the beta carotene. How many of you are taking beta carotene pills? Pretty much everybody's got some beta carotene in their pills or their vitamins. It's coming from here. And when we stop stripping it and putting it into a powder, you're getting so much more right here. I think it's 47 garlic pills are equivalent to 1 garlic potency. How about that? You need to take a lot of vitamins, or you could eat a lot of plants. So we're just going to cover half the wrap, just like that in carrots, just half of it. I want these guys to see. Actually, if I do this, Sally, how's the Zoom people doing out
They're
there?
fantastic.
Can you guys
They're
see this
loving it.
wrap?
Mhm.
I wish I
Pass them
could.
a wrap through the computer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a wrap.
You can eat them all. No limit, no restricting. Low carb diets increase, again, risk of heart
Wow, this is
disease.
beautiful.
We need carbs. Whoever's been telling you guys we don't need carbs is wrong. I mean, unless you're talking about donuts, we don't need donut carbs, but potatoes, brown rice, pastas, these are things that fuel every cell in our body. Oh, let me get back to the wraps. What was that? Ridiculous, right? It feels like you're in a fancy restaurant with these foods, right? I just made them right here in your library. 10 seconds ago, I pulled up and I still whipped them up. So we're just gonna take some wraps. I try to make it a little, slow because it's that quick to go vegan. There it is. That's what you guys are eating. Simple, easy, and delicious is all I want to make this for everybody. You know, I could come in here and make lasagnas and 32-course meals. Not really, but I just want to eat like this. I just want to eat my potatoes and my beans. I can make a lasagna whenever I want. I can eat tacos. Hey, America guy, what do you think? I see you. You're checking it out.
It's good.
It is, right?
I like my veggies.
Load it up, eat it all you want. You
Really
can have this for dinner, breakfast, lunch, I don't care, as long as you guys are eating your plants off, because y'all deserve to feel your best. Y'all deserve to live your best life. And not enough people are out here talking about it. So that's why I'm out here with you. I can't believe you invited me out here. Sally.
It's via Joyce. When I heard that you were coming, we've got to grab you. Someone wanted to know the dressing. Is it just enough for the salad or did you?
It's just enough for the salad. So the ingredients for the dressing are 1/4 cup of orange juice, 1/4 cup of the rice vinegar, the 1 teaspoon of garlic or a clove, 1 teaspoon of ginger, the 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, and sprinkled in about a 1/2 teaspoon of 2 teaspoons of black sesame seeds and 2 teaspoons of miso paste. And boy, does this give you, everybody who tested this out said it tasted like it was in an Asian restaurant or an Asian cuisine. What did you think about it? Yeah, you could eat it all, right?
Yeah.
No limits when we're eating this way. And I mean this. I'm not just saying this. So people say, Stefanie, I'm not losing weight. Joyce, you're there every Saturday in my meetings. And I got to tell them, you have to eat more food. How many of you guys have heard eat more food to lose weight? Teresa's like, I have now, but I didn't then, right?
Exactly, I'm all confused.
It is confusing. How could you lose weight eating more food? It's the fiber, it's the low fat. So 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Anybody want to take a guess how many grams of fat is in that? You're close. I like your thinking too, by the way. 27 grams of fat for 2 tablespoons. You know how quick 2 tablespoons goes in something? Done. Now that's your whole day of fat. That's how it starts accumulating. But when you're eating like this, low fat, look at this. I mean, you are not going to get fat from carrots and rice. Potatoes aren't, doing it. The pasta's not doing it. It's what we're putting on it. But we can have the same foods, flavors, cuisines without getting into all that. Easy peasy, you guys. We got this, Sally.
Absolutely.
What do you think about these? Have you ever tried these?
Never. You're
So-
fantastic.
I wish I could say I invented these, but these are from the 20-year evidence-based Food for Life curriculum with the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine. So this has been around for 20 years, like Pritikin. Well, he is way back, I should say. Ornish started the program, Heart Disease Reversal. And this is the Physicians Committee Food for Life program. It was designed by doctors, dietitians, nurses, and plant-based chefs, making these recipes so that I can bring them back into the community and say, hey, you guys, people have been loving this for 20 years, and now I want you to love it too, right? Why not eat? I love food. How many of you guys love food? You love food back there, a guy in the brown shirt. I know you do. That's why you're here. That's why you guys are here. Now I want you to have food that loves you back. And just because, no, it doesn't matter where you're at. You can start at any time, yes.
I wonder how you manage this about tolerance, not meaning to be insensitive.
No, yeah.
But I've been a vegetarian for half a century.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very regular, and when I introduce more fiber, I need a seatbelt in the basket.
Yes. Yes.
How do you balance that out? Just do a baked potato with a little bit of beans on top?
This is an excellent question. So rinsing beans, number one, is going to be the best way to keep that turbulence down. And definitely in the beginning, it's like, whoa, crop dusting everywhere. But hey, that's good. That means this is working. Your body's getting used to this kind of new, gut going
Put a
on.
seatbelt on your toilet.
Yeah, put a seatbelt on. So the smaller the bean, the less the turbulence. Okay, so start off with the lentils first, kind of go up. I'm going to throw something out here. The darker the bean, the higher in antioxidants, but you'll get there. Start with the smaller beans. Make sure you're rinsing them off really good. And you can put kombu into the beans and it'll reduce it. And even afterwards, if it's still blowing you up a little bit, people are uncomfortable when they first start. They're like, I don't like the way I feel. I said, that's called full. That's called full. All right. Usually it's you're full with a bunch of oils and animals have no fiber. Eggs, cheese, meat, dairy, no fiber. Plants, fiber. How much dietary cholesterol do we need even? Do you guys know how much cholesterol we need a day?
Don't you make your own cholesterol?
A+. We need 0 dietary cholesterol. We make our own cholesterol. So if we are truly meant to evolve eating meat, don't you think our arteries should be able to evolve with it? We weren't meant to be eating animals, and I used to eat them too. But once I found out I could feel this good hey, happy birthday, John. Our birthday's tomorrow. I didn't think I'd be here. Yeah, I'm gonna be 51 tomorrow. All right, I feel better than I did when I was 20, and I didn't look like this when I was 20. So it's never too late to make these changes. What do you guys think of the food? That's how quick it was. I was like, Sally, I'll get it all done in time because I have to usually slow it down.
Yeah.
It's that easy to go vegan or plant-based.
Are there any other questions for
Yeah,
Stefanie?
I want to get at it. Did I answer the bean question?
Yeah, I use rice a lot, or I defer to pasta. just
Yes.
Starchy to fill me up because, 50 years of been at least healthy vegetarian. I know better, but I commit crime, California with pizza with cheese. And initially, 5 decades ago, vegan cheeses were horrible.
Yeah, they're still, I mean, I'm grateful that they're there.
Starting blood ingredients in it.
Yeah.
Not me, I'm not going that far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really, yeah, I'm really grateful. There's all these transition foods and the vegan cheeses we started getting, out there. And then I started eating them too. I was like, hey, I lost 100 pounds, I'm gonna start eating these vegan cheeses. I brought my autoimmune back, which is the oil. So oil isn't inflammatory. We really have been misled on these things. There's nothing healthy about it.
Celery. I usually when I make the meal, I like to chop celery,
Yes.
and celery is high fiber.
Beans are the highest in fiber, celery is on the little lower end, but keep eating the celery. But the highest in fiber is going to be beans, broccoli, things like grains are next, and then fruits and vegetables are next. So you're getting all these plants have fiber, and just keep eating them.
How about sodium in celery?
Sodium, you don't have to worry about anything like that in celery. You don't have to worry about any of those things in plants.
And you can use the leaves too. Right?
You can absolutely eat the leaves. Yeah, I want you to eat like a gorilla. Because look at those guys. You see them? They're not even lifting weights. They're just eating their plants.
I noticed that I think celery is good for the skin.
It is. So are all these plants. They're all wonderful. So keep eating more of whatever it is you love. If it's just potatoes you love right now and you want to get through it, keep going on those. Did you have a question?
Yeah, I did have a
Plant
question.
glowing lady.
I keep my chia and flax and hemp seeds in
In
the
the fridge?
freezer.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, you can keep them in the fridge. They last longer in freezer. They last longer
Okay.
for sure. Everything
Freezer.
I cook also can be frozen. So people are like, oh, I need to meal prep. And then you see like all these 32 ingredients and all these, right? You see all this stuff. Meal prepping for us, make your rice, double it, triple it. If you're going to use the same amount of time, the same amount of dishes, the same amount of cleanup, triple some of your recipes and freeze it. You won't, I mean, look at TV dinners. You get to at least see what you're making here, Great question on the celery. I love it. Are you into celery juice and stuff?
No, just make sure I buy stock is down enough. Make sure I buy another stock for the refrigerator. And it'll last me like at least 3 weeks.
3 weeks for a stock?
Well,
I would eat it in one day.
One time. I just chop enough for that one recipe.
My wife bought a case, I don't know if it's called a box of celery, because she had the idea to make celery juice. And I said, so listen, how many stalks of celery are in a box? She said, I don't know. We had so much celery. There must
All
have
the
been-
celery juice,
40
and the
of them.
celery juice, and the celery
Freeze
juice.
it. I freeze. I couldn't
It
freeze
was,
it.
it didn't fit. It was during the winter. We kept it in the garage.
You froze a box of celery?
Well, we kept it in the garage, but and then it was getting,
you guys
we had it for
doing
a
out
week, and
Do
I
you
said,
guys
well,
have any
juice it all, and then
questions?
we had some quarts of celery juice in the freezer.
Oh, man, I say drink all the plants, eat all the plants. A lot of people say, oh, but I'm drinking the celery juice. This is what's helping. And I say the celery juice isn't the magic thing. It's all the plants. There is no one superfood. It's your super plate. Okay. These things are the lifesavers up here. I want you guys to put that apron on and feel like you got a cape, because it gives you superpowers is what I feel like when I'm eating my plants like that. Are you guys plant-based? You're kind of glowing over there. What are you thinking about this stuff?
Very, very good.
Very good,
You
right?
get rice vinegar all the time.
Yeah, this
It
stuff is
doesn't
great.
go on the leaves of things very good, but like it's just so tasty.
So there's actually something in vinegar Dr. Grieger talks about. Have you heard of AMPK? It causes the AMPK, which is like a fat burning process when you eat vinegar. It's a weight loss accelerant, Dr. Grieger says. The only other way to have AMPK kick up is exercise. So I don't know about you guys, but I won't do it here. I'm not in my kitchen. It does that, but you're getting it in all your foods. So like I said about some people thinking one superfood, look at you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this. You drove me, you took off work and drove me all the way over. Yay. I enjoyed having me out here and Sally got me out here.
Thank you.
We just want to teach people and be able to answer your questions for anything you have or obstacles. So let me have it. What do you guys think?
I'm
Yeah.
just here for quality control.
Yeah.
Make sure it tastes good. for
Wow,
the
you
guys.
busted Kale back there. I saw you like rat. He just did it, right?
Mhm.
So calm and.
He has to,
Oh, yeah.
because look at me, I'm bouncing off the walls. all
Oh,
day.
you're calm too.
I am pretty calm right now. Any questions for you amazing people? Yes.
How about salt? Should you eliminate salt from your diet totally?
That would be the latter of my things. So we need some salt. We need some sodium for healthy thyroid. I'm actually seeing a lot of thyroid problems, nodules on thyroids. I see. Does anybody know what that's caused from?
Oh, iodine is better than-
Lack of iodine. And guess what's lacking in iodine? Most of the diets of the standard American diet. Table salts in restaurant do not have iodine. Most of them do not have iodine. Pink Himalayan salt, kosher salts, guess what? No iodine. So we start, Morton salt is the reason why they started putting iodine back in when they saw the rise of these issues. So do we need some salts?
Yeah.
Eat more plants. See where you're at, depending on what kind of a chronic disease you're
What
dealing with.
plants have iodine?
Yeah, we get all that from plants. So a
You got
potato
some.
skin, actually, a regular potato skin contains 50% of the recommended daily allowance of iodine.
Oh,
And seaweed, stuff like that. So also, when you do transition, or I say when you do transition, you'll notice your taste buds will change significantly when you start cleaning it up. So the salt that this guy put on years ago, I can't believe what I would watch.
I
Okay,
couldn't
it
taste it.
changes
My
every
tongue was
day.
coated with oil.
It was. So these are things, yeah, just, I hope that helped answer. You know what I mean? If you need a little bit of salt on your stuff, sure. Then there's no salt stuff. This is what I mean. There's a lot of these amazing plant-based actors that are no salt, no sugar, no oil. And I love it. And I agree with it 100%. And depending on where you're at with chronic disease is where I'm going to work with you. But when I'm here getting people really inspired, those are the least of the, salt isn't really what's causing the heart disease or dementia. It's more so what you're putting the salt on. Is a good way to look at it, but that's an awesome question. And I love when people ask that. Any other questions? Yeah.
This isn't a question. I grew up in a household in which people salted their food before they even tasted it.
Right.
I mean, that.
I'd get mad. You didn't even taste it. We learned a lot of unhealthy habits growing up. And lifestyle medicine is all about undoing those unhealthy habits and teaching you some new ones. And that's all you did here today was just learn some new healthier habits. I grew up eating the same way everybody else did. People are like, well, I've been, we were all animal-based eaters. You know what I mean? So I'm not better than anybody. None of us are. We just want everybody to feel better than they do today. That's really what this is about.
Well, I better talk, because Sally asked me to talk.
Of course.
Thank
This is
you,
why
I
I'm
know,
here.
but I'm
This
gonna
is
cry.
choice, folks.
This one here.
I'm gonna cry. Now she's crying.
This
She's
how
my
it starts.
cousin.
This is how it starts.
Well, no, I had met Sally, took a picture with her.
Thank God.
I decided I think I'm gonna try plants. I wasn't feeling good. I'm
How
gonna
long
try
ago?
plants. 3 years, May 7th. Before that, I think I met you in April. So we went to this plant class that she had out at the Penn Trafford, where she goes, well, here, we'll take a picture, because I had found out I wasn't bloated, but I was like this. Okay. Well, when it was buy one, get one free, Big Macs, I ate them both. She laughs at me. I worked at the Lamplighter on the way home, 4 cheeseburgers.
Oh,
Loved it, gulped them, just crazy. So I ended up having fluid in my abdomen, and a doctor that, just a PCP doctor, scanned through my stuff because I had like incontinence. And she's like, well, you had this sonogram in your bladder 3 years ago. What'd they say? I'm like, I don't know, normal. And she said, well, I don't consider that normal. You had fluid there. Thank God for her. So when I met Sally, I had told her, they told me I had ovarian cancer. So I went to see Sally, and they said it has attached to your belly lining, blah, 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 which not till I found out later, come to find out I had months. Okay. So I go to the Hillman Center, I go down there, all said and done, they suck out fluid, said it was been there in 10 years. It's like lemon jello. Okay, they're laughing. Oh, it's been here 10 years. And I'm like, no, I have ovarian cancer. Yeah, they're laughing at me. Ended up being appendix cancer. What's that? You know,
Did
so
they ask you about what you were eating?
No.
Never.
So it was a 12-hour surgery, spleen, gallbladder, 8 inches in my colon, ovaries, fallopian tube, appendix.
Wow.
So it had burst. What the whole thing? No, I felt nothing. I was running around doing. I'm like, I don't know. He's like, oh, wait till May, we'll do it. You know. So it's been 3 years. So Sally said, come back, take a picture with me after the surgery. We'll do it before and after. And we were laughing and everything, you know. So I come up a mutual friend, you know, somebody might know, Stefanie. so, so I started following Stefanie because I live with a guy that is grease, and grease, which he's changing, believe it or not. I mean, yes, yes, and he's changing, believe it or not. I went out to see Stefanie and he intravenously did chocolate milk. I mean, not if it was low fat, he wouldn't drink it. He went on whole.
She'd been saying,
Yes.
you know, I have Saturday support groups. And
Yes.
Joyce would come in every Saturday.
Oh, I'd be in tears.
She'd be like, my family's not supportive. My husband's waving meat in front of me. And I kept saying, Joyce, just take care of
Eat
you.
this, try this, you know.
Just take care of you. Don't worry about what anyone else is saying or
Right.
thinking. Because everybody had an opinion
Right.
when I lost the weight and got healthy.
Right. And my son, you know, you gotta eat an egg. You gotta eat an
Oh,
egg.
yeah.
You know,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
on these eggs. Okay. So I had my blood work done last week. Protein, everything good. So I got my cancer markers done. And I said, wow, they were like 4. Now they're 8. I called the Hillman and I said, they're creeping up. And she goes, well, you know, with what you have, because I have a little piece here, 5 millimeters, he scrapes all the jelly off of your organs. So any organ that that he doesn't want to scrape, you don't need, I'm taking out. That's what he said. So I had a, like my scan or whatever. She goes, you got a little 5 millimeter piece on your liver. So when I called her, she said, well, yeah, it's 8 and it's going to go higher. It just with what you have, you know, it's going to go higher and that. Go out my results, 3.
What protein is this? The CA 125?
That's plants. There's a lot of people
I
out there
know.
that
Oh
are
my
reversing like Sally.
I know.
Yeah,
I
it's
know, you
huge.
believe it? And what have I done with plants? I'm not taking it, you know what I mean? Like I do, you know, I do take like a pawpaw thing, you know.
A plant.
Yes, that kind of thing, you know.
Amazing.
I look like a wreck.
That's
Celebratory-
okay.
A celebratory picture.
So Joyce finds me all the way in Chicago, kept going, cleaning it up.
Yeah.
And teaching her
Yes.
family, giving her the
Yes.
support. And
So
well, y'all,
she-
I'm here now and I want to hear your after story
Yeah,
next too.
so she came, so for my birthday present, I said, I want to go out and meet her. So we went out in the fall and my husband is like, who are these people? Well, he loved John. They were playing guitar. I'm like, okay, we got to go and everything. He's still there. She buys him chocolate soy milk. Hey, this ain't bad. Hasn't bought gallons of milk.
Yeah.
Came out this week. My son, I made him for my Mother's Day present. He's never had blood work. Now, he's either a bag of Taco Bell, a bag of McDonald's when he goes to work. He sits all day. He's overweight. And the guy said, you really need blood work. Well, he got it done for my Mother's Day present Monday morning. Cholesterol's okay. So he's dancing, you know, okay. Talks to her. He's like, well, I didn't know that. He's asking about eggs. He's going, okay, Mom, I got to throw my eggs out. I mean, you're going to have to give these to Dad or something. I'm not eating them. I'm not. Yeah.
He said to me when he saw me and it
Yes.
was real. And I
It
knew
was terrible.
for a
what you
good
said.
year, the family gave her a little
Yes.
grief. They weren't supportive because
Yes.
society is not supportive of getting healthy. Let's take a look at it out there. What with laxative commercials, what else do we see? Prescription commercials, prescription commercials. This is the real pharmacy right here with the F in front, pharmacy. Why treat the cause with pills when we can,
Actually.
why treat the symptoms with pills when we can treat the cause with plants? So here it is. So her son was like, I thought you were going to kill her. I was freaking out. He's like,
Yes.
I thought you were crazy. And I
You
said, I
need
know.
to eat.
I
Scream
hear
it. I'm
that
like,
all the time.
yeah.
Because I'm not on commercials yet, but I'm going to be, because everybody has a right to know that there's a healthier way to live, a real healthier way, not lean chicken, not low fat cottage cheese. That's just marketing. And that's it.
And this is a story too, how often it has to be somebody outside of the family.
Well, they don't call me a plant interventionist for
And
nothing.
that is, I was just gonna say that.
If you have anybody that you need help, people do call me and say, like Joyce, basically, you got to talk to my family. And I said, no problem. They're going to go vegan. And she goes, I don't know. I said, they haven't met me yet.
So my daughter, everything too, she said, Mom, if you make,
Everybody was like throwing their eggs out when
because my whole thing is making a big dinner with my family. So I have a table of 8 or whatever, everybody's around it. What are you making? You know, spaghetti. I'm eating mine with
with
marinara.
lentils
I'm-
inside. It's
you
like
know,
meaty.
And
Yeah.
I told her, I said, Stephanie, they're doing this. How many times have I cried that they're not,
Every Saturday. for a
they're
year.
making fun of me, or they're like, oh yeah, you can't eat and all this stuff. And when after he talked to her yesterday, I was like, this isn't, I mean, he was hovering on her. I was
I
like,
loved it.
TJ, you know, and he
Everybody wants
just,
to eat better, get
Yeah.
their vitamins, work out. Everybody's so into their health. Well, this is really where the wealth is right here. Your health is wealth.
right?
This is where it's at. Save some money, eat your plants off. You're gonna need to save money eating your plants because you're gonna need new pants. That's just how it happens. It really is.
But
This is-
he said, Mom, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna say, she did a talk yesterday and made her chili. So a guy was there, oh, no, I don't think I want that and everything. Nah, let me try. He ate it. He's like, hey, can you go bring it? He ate 3. Yeah.
Let me
So,
tell you the chili
tell
recipe.
It was so good. That chili recipe.
Oh, I
it looked
slaved
you
all day
simmered
over it.
forever, and
Yeah.
it was just so good.
The chili is 2 cans of black beans. Okay, drain them, keep that reserve, the fluid from the can of beans on the side, rinse your beans off, throw them in a pot, a bag of frozen corn and a jar of salsa. I didn't even add salt. That was it. Go make it. You're gonna not believe it. You're not gonna believe it. It's fantastic. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. The easier this is, the more attainable it's gonna be for you guys. You know what I mean? What do you think? I wanna know what you guys are
Absolutely.
thinking. Yeah, give it to me. Yeah.
They had soy curls, because people,
Yes.
didn't know that it wasn't vegan.
You made this?
Yes,
How did you get on the soy curls guy?
I don't know.
This lady here?
Tell her
Smart.
tell her who you relate.
Tell her.
She doesn't know. That's Sally.
That's Sally's
That's my,
I'm blown away. How do you like the soy curls?
oh, I love them.
What has this done for your wife?
Well, I think I like them more than she does. I think. But I cook them in the air fryer,
Yes,
and
you're a pro.
well, no.
You are, because you're living with one. What has this done for her? This coming into your life?
Oh,
Is she the same?
oh no, she's totally different. Much better.
Happier?
When she started losing weight, people used to make fun of her too.
Uh-huh.
That she looked sick and
Uh-huh.
are you well? And they question her too.
You know when they,
Same thing.
you know when they didn't question me? When I was 280 pounds, drinking a gallon of vodka and a pound of pills.
Oh.
Nobody said nothing to me about what am I eating. But lose some weight and look healthy, everybody's
She looks at her drink and gets drunk.
same. I don't drink anymore because I don't need that to make me feel better. I thought I did. And that's another step of lifestyle that I changed. And I didn't expect it to happen like that. This is awesome. This is awesome to see. So thanks for supporting her to keep supporting this.
I'm gonna say thank you. This was superb.
Oh, thank you.
I've come to Sally's meetings for, I don't know,
Thank you.
4 or 5 years in a row. And then COVID, my husband with cancer, ironically, appendiceal cancer.
Oh,
Did you
Oh my
get the
God.
90-minute slosh of the mother of all surgeries? Well, then he had a secondary one because of lung cancer. He's lost almost 100 pounds in the last year.
Wow.
Carnivore. In any event, I differ. I wanted to thank you so much. This was superb. This was enlightening. It was refreshing. I live a mile away, so it wasn't a stretch. And I'm 74, so I signed up for Zoom and I had to register for this. So I'm tuned into a different station, This was great. And you weren't late, you're on Central Time here.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. I'm living in Central Time. I didn't ever leave my house. I didn't travel. I didn't go anywhere. And this changed my life.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to be here. Thank
Right.
you.
Wonderful to be here.
You know, it's just, Stephanie, the comments online are just incredible. Thank you,
I'm blown
thank you,
away.
thank you. This is so inspiring. You are awesome. Thank you. I will be sending everybody
I'll get the recipes.
the recipe. I'll give you
They're in my
Stephanie's
card.
I'll give you Stephanie's information on where you can contact her. But yeah, big love to everyone there. So encouraging.
Plantspiration.org. I said this Plantspiration around the world is what I've been manifesting, and I'm in Pennsylvania, so it's working.
Yeah, slowly you are
Yeah,
making
thank
state
you.
by state.
I saw you
Yeah.
another question.
Not a
Thank you
question, just
all.
a comment. I've been plant-based for about 8 years, following Sally, and Sally inspired me. I have to tell you, your talk today has inspired me beyond recognition. That, I mean, I thought I follow it, and I like to cook, and I try different recipes, and I surround myself with plant-based people, but you have given me so much inspiration and touched me so with your comments and your enthusiasm that I can't express.
And your insights,
Thank you.
you are the whole package, you know.
Thank
and
you
so-
so much. It's
It's
real.
real.
I really didn't think this
Oh,
was
yeah,
gonna
it's real.
happen.
We'd like to buy you a residence in Pittsburgh.
Say no more.
Sally, is that in the budget?
Say
We'll make
no
it.
more.
Where's our treasurer?
I
have to buy you a second home.
We already talked about it from Joyce's house
Oh.
here. I was like, I love these noodly roads. I love the hills. I love the people.
Mountains, yeah.
Mountains, I've never seen anything like it. And I said, if this is where my life has taken me, I'm grateful. So thank you.
Did you
Sarah.
grow up where you're living near?
Yeah, I was raised,
Yeah,
I
yes,
was
yes,
born
yes.
in Chicago and I
Yeah.
live in the suburbs. It's flatlands. I didn't even know how cool this looked out here, but yeah, I never thought I'd leave my house. You know, I didn't want to get on a plane. I didn't want to go anywhere. I was sick. I couldn't walk. You know, it just never occurred to me that I was going to get out from under a rock. But when you get these fats and these foods into your brain, it's like, it actually causes something called neurogenesis, which grows more brain cells when you're eating plants. See, I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for the plants. I wasn't an entrepreneur. I wasn't a CEO, and I certainly didn't know how to run a nonprofit. I mean, I'm learning as I go, but it changed everything. It changes your whole outlook. And I help people in 70s, 80s, 90s. It's never too late to start feeling great. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Joyce, let me get these snots off before you take a picture. You guys, I apologize for being late, but I'm so grateful that I got to see you guys all enjoy some foods. What did you think of the foods?
Fantastic.
Any other questions? I want to make. Not yet, but it's coming up. I'm gonna have a food line coming out in a few months, a low fat, high fiber, whole food, plant-based food line. Oh, yeah, we've been working
Oh
on
my
it.
gosh.
We've been
Oh,
working
that's
on
so
it. No oil. No oil. I work with Planty Meals out of Chicago, and we've been for a couple of years going at it. I put her on my board, and we are on to the packaging now and coming up with, I think, about 32 different recipes we've gotten.
Go on to Shark Tank.
Yeah, I keep
Yeah.
hearing that, and I've never seen that movie, that show. Can you believe it? I've been so busy, like,
Yeah, I can.
doing this.
Oh, that's gonna take off. Oh,
It's gonna
please.
take off.
So packaged, you deliver.
Yeah, we're gonna do it frozen in the stores. We're trying to get them in. I'm working on Plantspiration approved. They got local restaurants putting Plantspiration approved on the menus because people want the no oil and not these little salads. You go to a restaurant, you say I'm vegan. What do they come out with? This. What is this? I'm eating like a horse. I said, bring me some potatoes and all the vegetables you got. Yeah. And then my pants, John, I ate too much food and I'm losing weight. It's just the way that it works. Makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're doing it, aren't you? Yeah, you are, lady in the black shirt. What are you thinking back there? Let's hear it. I almost can think it. You're gonna do it, right?
Okay.
What can I do to help? I'm doing it. Okay. We're here for you. You're not in this journey alone. That's all I want to say. Yeah, you're right here. She's the queen of plant-based Pittsburgh. And I'm just out here spreading the word. I got a bigger mouth. Okay, I'm loud. My megaphone's in the car. You can follow me on social media. All I'm doing is telling everybody eat their plants. I actually trademarked it.
eat your plants off, because I had to keep telling people, you have to eat more plants to eat to get this to work. You know, that's how we get everything in. So don't be afraid. And if you mess up, eat double the vegetables. I mean, really.
Have a t-shirt, eat your plants off.
That's next.
Yeah.
Things have been going so fast. I had this one little idea. When I was doing the T-Con Campbell courses, I drew a circle and I made the globe and I wrote Plantspiration. I said, man, that sounds cool, doesn't it? That was 7 years ago. So here we are. Yeah, 2013, something like that. 2017. Plantspiration, yeah. So thank you.